So this is the first video of the new year 2024, and I wanted to talk about a movie I've seen recently. It's Ferrari, directed by Michael Mann, and Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, and Shailene Woodley are the leading actors. I wanted to talk about it. It's unusual for me because I'm not that much interested in cars, but it's a good movie. The racing scenes are very well filmed and it was done in the real world. They really used those roads. It's not a green screen or a post-production scenery. They did it on the spot outdoors in Modena. And for those who don't know, Modena is a city in the north of Italy, not too far from Milan and Venice, the real Venice, Venezia. So it's along the river Po, P-O, and it was all shot on location. And that's very interesting because it's real. And the speed that they are driving is unbelievable. I like all those red little cars. The the department responsible for the cars, the car technicians, used a kind of small model, the model of a toy car, and then they scanned it into 3D, and then from those little models, they built fake real cars. But the cars are as much as possible alike as the car in that year, the cars that raced in 1957. I found the screenplay to be well written. It's taken from the book, inspired by the book Ferrari by Yates, and the screenwriter's name is Troy Kennedy Martin. So I enjoyed that movie. I've seen it twice. I advise you to go and watch it. It's an unusual theme. Years ago, I had liked the movie about Niki Lauda and James Hunt friendship. Niki Lauda, James Hunt in Formula One racing. The movie was called Rush, and I liked it. And this one takes place much, much earlier. You're in Italy, and the landscape reminded me a bit of Tuscany and Modena, which sits in the region of Emilia-Romagna. Emilia-Romagna is north of Tuscany, it's north of Florence. You can look at that on the map if you like. And for me, it was good to see the colors and the sun, especially in winter. I liked the actors. I think Adam Driver is very good, so is Penelope Cruz. I think the script is tight, a bit austere. There is a lot of sobriety in the dialogues. Um, there aren't too many words. It's not verbose, and that makes it a bit. It gives the movie a hard-edged. It's not a fun movie. You don't find this Italian joie de vivre in this movie, though it's mainly about Italian characters and it's set in Italy. And well, it, it's a kind of it's not a happy movie, and you see the inside of the business of racing, not exactly car building, but you see the insides of leading such a motor company. And why does the movie takes place in Modena? Because Ferrari, the company, is from that town. And So there is something, it's not a documentary, it's not a biography, but it's the whole movie comes across as genuine. There is an authentic look, a classic feel about it, and I like the fact it relates to old Europe and Italy and the past with a famous name, a brand that means excellence and beauty. They are not the only one. Ferrari is not the only company who has built nice and fast cars. But um, it's like a vintage movie. Um, it's based on the past, on history. It's taken a lot of ideas have been adapted from reality, from a serious book written about Enzo Ferrari. And I'm not a car buff, but I like the vintage stuff. I like the authentic, uh, the beautiful things from the past. And of course, today Ferrari is a luxury brand, and that's why I was attracted to the movie. And I like vintage cars. I like watching the old Oldsmobile and Hispano-Suiza, the cars of the 20s and 30s, and I like cars that have character, not the robot produced in the factories of today's the factories of today. And it's been a while. I had not been to the cinema. I hadn't been for maybe 1 or 2 years in a movie theater, and I decided to go for Ferrari, and I don't regret it. The the production was very precise and meticulous about the cars they built after replicas or a toy car that was scanned in 3D and built. They built the larger model by multiplying everything by 18. It's like you're there. It's like you're really in the Mille the 1,000 miles race. It's like you're inside the family. You're in their home, and it's like you were there when this story took place. I like the acting, and I had seen Adam Driver in Paterson, and it was a kind of art house movie by, if I remember, if I remember well, by directed by Jim Jarmusch. And I know the name Driver, Adam Driver, from Paterson, and I think he carries the weight of Enzo Ferrari and his armor, his personality very well. It's a strong movie. Um, it will have a lot of success. It's commercial, but at the same time, and it's very hard to do. It's very hard to find that kind of movie nowadays. It has a genuine feel. It's uh, it's like To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant and Grace Kelly, and I like those Mediterranean landscapes as well. And uh, while watching the movie, I had the feeling I was in the movie. I could feel the the temperature, the hot temperature of northern Italy at that time of the year. And uh, there is one driver, the character of Taruffi, is played by Patrick Dempsey, yes, from that medical TV series, Patrick Dempsey, and he's a real life driver. He's a driving enthusiast, and he's really driving that car. He's Taruffi, and it's really Patrick Dempsey driving. So you might say I'm not very interested in cars, mainly on top of it all, the more modern ones. I'm not interested in them. I find them so banal and they come out of the same box. But I like the older cars, not only Ferrari, I like the old Bugatti as well. And it recreates the area quite well. And I found Penelope Cruz quite good as the wife of Enzo Ferrari. She doesn't seem to wear any makeup. Her skin is tanned, and she she's it. Of course, she's Spanish, so she can pass for an Italian woman. And there is the mistress and the illegitimate son. Um, I've liked the movie, and I wanted to make a spontaneous video about that, and my first video for the new year. I've also discovered recently, or rediscovered because I knew the name, and it's nothing to do with Ferrari, but it's to do with film and old Hollywood and screenwriting. Um, the career of Billy Wilder, The Apartment, Some Like It Hot, and Sunset Boulevard. And he produced and wrote many other movies. He was born in the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. And I'm into his movies now, and I have rediscovered Gloria Swanson, who died in the early 1980s under the presidency of Ronald Reagan. And I'm interested. I've got a new interest in Gloria Swanson and Billy Wilder and this iconic movie and why it is iconic called Sunset Boulevard. And I think I'm going to try and find it and watch Sunset Boulevard. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And speak to you soon for another video, maybe something about politics or on again the movies or more something. Maybe I will do something about fashion or something vintage. Bye.